7 shocking sex patterns of a dismissive avoidant and what triggers them. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's rarely talked about openly: the sexual behaviors of dismissive avoidant individuals. Now, you've probably heard about avoidant attachment styles in relationships. The people who push you away when you try to get close. The ones who seem emotionally unavailable, cold, or even confusing. But what happens behind closed doors in the bedroom? That's where things get even more revealing and sometimes shocking. So in this video, we're breaking down 7 surprising sex patterns of the dismissive avoidant and the triggers that activate them. This isn't about judgment. It's about understanding patterns so you can protect yourself emotionally or heal if you've been in one of these confusing dynamics. Number 1, the push-pull of intimacy. Let's start with the most obvious but misunderstood pattern: the push-pull dynamic during sex. A dismissive avoidant may initiate or enjoy sex in the beginning, especially during the honeymoon phase. But the moment emotional closeness starts to deepen, they pull back. Why? Because for a dismissive avoidant, sex can feel too emotionally invasive. It's not just about physical intimacy, it's what sex represents emotionally that can trigger them. When they feel like sex is connecting them too deeply to their partner, their inner alarm bells go off. Suddenly, they're making excuses. They become distant. Or worse, they may even begin to sabotage the connection. It's not because they don't feel attraction. It's because emotional vulnerability feels like danger to them. Number 2, emotionless or mechanical sex. The second shocking pattern is emotionless or mechanical sex. For some dismissive avoidants, sex becomes an act of control rather than connection. It may look passionate from the outside, but on the inside it's often void of emotional depth. They may avoid eye contact, keep the lights off, or focus heavily on performance rather than mutual pleasure. This detachment isn't accidental, it's a strategy. It's how they stay in control. True emotional presence during sex feels exposing, so they choose to stay in the realm of the physical. If you've ever felt like sex with someone left you more lonely afterward, this might be why. And the trigger? When the partner tries to turn sex into a bonding experience, that shift into emotional territory can make a dismissive avoidant shut down or retreat altogether. Number 3, sudden disinterest after intense passion. Pattern 3 is confusing because it starts with high passion and ends with cold withdrawal. A dismissive avoidant can come on strong sexually at first. It may feel like fireworks, soul-deep eye contact, passionate intensity. But once the partner responds with emotional openness, vulnerability, commitment, or talk of a future, the avoidant partner shuts the door. What triggered it? The emotional weight that followed the sexual high. It's like emotional whiplash. The avoidant fears being engulfed, so after sex, instead of feeling closer, they often feel trapped. They'll start to avoid sex altogether or act emotionally absent afterward. This love-bombing then ghosting cycle leaves the partner questioning themselves. But the root cause is that sex-activated feelings the avoidant wasn't ready to face. Number 4, preference for casual over committed. Now here's where things get more intense. Many dismissive avoidants have a preference for casual sexual relationships. Why? Because they believe casual sex protects them. There's no emotional risk. There's no expectation. There's a built-in escape route. In fact, the idea of friends with benefits, or no strings attached, is often ideal for someone with this attachment style. But once that casual partner starts catching feelings or wanting more, the avoidant backs away quickly, or becomes cold, even cruel. The trigger here is the shift from control to vulnerability. As soon as the relationship feels like it requires emotional responsibility, the dismissive avoidant feels emotionally ambushed, and they retreat hard. Number 5, avoidance of after-sex intimacy. Pattern number 5 is subtle but powerful. It's the avoidance of after-sex intimacy. Cuddling, talking, connecting after sex. These are moments that deepen bonds. But to a dismissive avoidant, these are the moments of danger. They might get dressed immediately, change the subject, grab their phone, even leave. It's not always conscious. For many avoidants, vulnerability doesn't come naturally. It feels like exposure. After sex, closeness strips away their emotional armor. The trigger? Vulnerability hangover. Sex made them feel raw, open, even if just for a second. And now their defense system kicks in. If you've ever had someone pull away right after being close, this might explain it. Number 6. Fantasies over reality. Here's a surprising one. Avoidants often live more in their sexual fantasies than in real-life intimacy. Why? Because fantasies are safe. They're controlled. They don't require emotional compromise. Some dismissive avoidants may consume a lot of erotic content or live in fantasy scenarios in their minds, but struggle to be present in the moment with a real partner. The paradox is that while they crave intensity and passion, the real-life vulnerability of sex with a partner feels too unpredictable. So the trigger? Real intimacy. When faced with a present, emotionally attuned partner, they may retreat into fantasy or performance to avoid authentic connection. Number 7. Shame around desires. Finally, the most hidden pattern, deep sexual shame. Many dismissive avoidants grew up in environments where emotions were minimized or love was conditional. That often creates subconscious shame around desire, touch, or pleasure. They may have secret fantasies but feel guilty about them. They may fear being too much or not enough. And so sex becomes a battle between wanting connection and fearing rejection. The trigger here is feeling exposed. If a partner sees their desires too clearly or asks them to express their own needs, the avoidant may feel humiliated, judged, or vulnerable, even if nothing bad is actually happening. So they retreat. They pretend not to care. But deep down, there's an inner child afraid of being rejected for who they really are. So what can we take away from all this? Dismissive avoidants aren't broken. They're not evil. Their behaviors are protective patterns built around early emotional injuries. But they can be deeply hurtful to partners who are seeking real intimacy. If you're with someone like this, remember, you can't love them into emotional availability. You can understand them, have compassion, but their healing is their responsibility. And if you recognize yourself in these patterns, know this: you're not alone. Awareness is the first step. With the right therapy, safety, and self-compassion, even avoidant wiring can be rewired. Sex doesn't have to be a battlefield between fear and desire. It can be a space of healing, a space of truth. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Have you experienced any of these patterns? Your story could help someone else feel less alone.